Greetings, I want to show you how to make this. I'll tell you what it is in 2 minutes. See you shortly. So greetings, welcome back. My name is Matt, I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So I said that I want to show you how to make this. And what is it? I hear you say, most of you might know, most of you might not. It's called a psychometry mirror or a scrying mirror. It's what witches use in order to gaze into the future, very similar to looking at a crystal ball, and it helps you to identify what things you want to see in the past, present or future. This mirror will help your mind gather the information in order to find those pieces of important details in order for you to give good, exact pinpoint what you're looking for. It's very powerful. So I'm going to show you how to do it and what you need, and I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you shortly. So welcome back. So what you would need in order to create this is the following. As you can see here, you need a spray can, black satin, which you can buy from most DIY stores, herbs for protection of the mirror and also help you to enhance the energy so you can see deeper. You'd also need a white sage, and also finally you need the picture frame itself, which you can pick up from any DIY or anything off Amazon. So what you need here as well is the following herbs for protection, which is basil, rosemary and also bay leaves. So what you need now is the following oils. There's banishing oil and also a protection oil. Now you can make these yourselves or you can purchase them online. I purchased mine on Amazon, which it cost me about a tenner for both. But you can use your own and you can create those yourself as well. They're very easy to do, so obviously try and save a bit of money, but this is really good for keeping you safe, and when you're working this is very important for the work you do when you're seeing things within the mirror itself. So the next thing you need to purchase is the white sage. Now I would say get the pure white sage as possible. Get the bunch ones like this one here, but not the ones on the stick, because this one seems to be a bit more purer and the cleanliness is a bit more deeper and more concise. So the other thing you need is the spray can itself, or the black color paint. Now you can use the paint, or you can paint it on yourself, but so you use a paintbrush, but for me it doesn't give that crisp nice look on the front of the mirror. So what you want really is like a mirror effect, and for me the spray can, you can just glide across and spray it, make it look nice and crisp. The other thing you can use as well is a matte look, but I felt the satin is more beneficial and it always gives it that good final look at the end. So finally what you need to get is the actual picture frame, which will make up the mirror. So what I opted for was a wood effect to keep in the unison of the actual art itself. I opted out from getting the plastic version because I thought it was a bit cheap looking, but you know, your preferences, and it's easier to write on once you get the wood one. Now I've gone for A4 size. You can get A5, but I thought A5 or A4 is more easier to work with, and when you're sitting down and you're gazing into it, it gives that much more natural approach. So now you've got all those. The final bit I forgot to add is also you need a Tipex pen. That's going to be good for writing on your actual picture frame, and if you need to do any inscriptions, protection inscriptions, which will go on the picture frame itself. Okay, now this is the important part of, after you've done all the preparation, you've got everything together. Here you remove the actual window, which is the glass, and you remove the picture frame itself. You give it a good clean down, making sure all the crap is off of it, and it's nice and crisp looking, and it's transparent front and back. Now the side you're going to spray on has to be visible, so as you see it, I'm cleaning it there, making sure that there's no fingerprints or finger marks, and making sure that it has nothing to, as you spraying it, it doesn't come through on the other side. And then so what you do, you get your spray can and you give it a good spray left to right evenly, so it's making sure you cover all inches of that particular glass. You may need to do it a few times, so bit of advice: spray it once, let it dry, spray it again and let it dry, and until it's nice and evenly done. This way you won't have any fingerprints or any holes in the bottom. So here what I've done, I've used the herbs, I've taken a pinch from each herb, and I made sure I sprinkled it all over the actual picture frame after it's dried. And then what I've done, I lit the actual sage in order to cleanse it, and I said a few prayers over it as well while I was doing the sage. And here I'm doing it, I'm circling it, calling in the elements, calling in my guides to seal it for when I'm doing some work with this actual mirror. It helps me and enhances it more. So then what I'm doing now, I'm respraying it now, just a final coat just to seal it all. Make sure there's no bubbles, because it will come through on the back end or the front end of the actual picture. So make sure that it's evenly sprayed and there's no bumps. So this is the finished product of the mirror, the Psycmethry mirror or the Scrying Mirror. The final bit which I feel is important as well is when it's a full moon, is look at the actual mirror. So the full moon is reflective on the mirror itself, so you've got your face in the mirror and you also have the moon shining off the mirror behind you. When you do that, say a few prayers, call in the elements, call in your guides, and seal it even more. You can do work with it before, but that'll be the final phase of the actual project. I hope you've enjoyed it, and this is the Psycmethry or the Scrying Mirror. Leave comments below and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye, namaste.